Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Masked Taimanin. Today we're gonna check another video on each one of the bosses of the VR. But we're gonna analyze the best strategies that we can use for this one. And the first thing that we have to discuss is the actual best strategy for all of them. Unfortunately, I cannot do this strategy. I'm gonna do it on 61. It is difficult for me to go beyond that because I don't have the required supporter, one copy of the required supporter to do the best strategy. So the best strategy revolves around having characters which use skills that deal a ton of multi-hits on a big area. An example would be Eleanor. Another good example is Shizuru. Another good example would be Asuka. So as long as they have good multi-hits on big areas, those are gonna be viable characters to do this strategy. Eleanor is particularly good due to the weapon. The limited weapon, ensnares the enemies. Snare the enemies when hit with reflective ray. That's why this one is particularly good. Because the enemy is not going to be able to move, and you're going to break the super armor. And the AoE of your attacks is going to hit always because they cannot move. Thus, they'll break the super armor. And it's with White Feather Asuka. That's the best supporter in the game for VR right now. You need 2 copies. You don't need like S level. What you need are individual copies of this supporter. Because if you do, you will have more chances of breaking its effect that breaks super armor. And when the enemy has the super armor broken, they are interrupted by your actions and they are stunned. So that's why you want to use this. As I mentioned, unfortunately, I cannot because I only have I wasn't aware of that, of how busted it was, and I combined all my copies. Unfortunately, we already received the second banner, the rerun for this. So we'll have to wait for a third rerun on this one. That's gonna be rough. The only one who has had a rerun up until now, a third rerun, is Sue, and that's because it's the year of the dragon, so it was thematic. So other options, well, that Gremory becomes a little bit generous and gives 1 ticket of limited characters. That would be on Anniversary probably, or maybe they add it in some other celebration or campaign. I hope, but I do hope that instead of that, I'm looking forward to another banner of this one. They need to make more repeats of the limited character packs. Like, they need to, now that we have so many characters, they should just give us 1 each update. Like, it would be too much, yes, but you wouldn't have to roll on them, but they would consistently come into the game. So you would be able to, every 6 months, let's say that they give us all the banners within 6 months. It would be like, everyone is tempted to roll on those, but you don't have to. Only if you need to, you do. That would be ideal. Gremory, think on it. Think on giving us at least 1 repeat a month. 2 would be better, but like flash repeats so that we can rotate and we can target those specific characters that character packs that we need. Because it's getting rough for other players to do other strategies that require those supporters. So another important element here would be Sue. This one. So, while she is pretty bad in most content, due to the fact that she loses the stacks of damage that she builds upon being hit, she has a passive that says basic melee attacks are given a 15% chance of gaining super armor. No. It is the active. Send a black dragonic wave ahead that deals damage and to remove the enemy super armor not applied in arena. But this is a way to remove super armor. That's really good. Because you decide when. Unfortunately, Asuka's effect is going to be chance based, and if you have only one copy, most likely there's gonna be times where you're going to where is Asuka? On top right. So it's a 10% chance. So there are times that you're not going to proc, even though you did a perfect sequence of combos, and none of them proc that 10% chance. If you have two characters, it's definitely going to proc. It's just like extremely rare that it doesn't if you're using two characters like Eleanor and Shizuru. So that's the main idea. And besides that, you can put in the third slot whichever character you want as a main damage dealer. Another really good thing to take into consideration on VR, guys, is that at higher levels, you really start to not deal like damage at all, and they have huge amounts of HP. So going for burn, going for poison, it starts becoming more appealing on higher floors. So keep that in mind for your main damage dealer. Astaroth, for example, deals burn on blue, so you can consistently deal damage. And besides, blue Astaroth is kind of the strongest one if you have the weapon. If not, it's still very strong, but it is stronger with the weapon. So what are we using here? As you can see, I'm going to be using Wind Magatamas for anti-human. That is going to increase my speed. I'm going to use Guide of the Starry Sea to ensnare the enemy. I'm going to use a Reflective Ray to break the super armor, Acid Rain to break the super armor, and Geyser Burst to break the super armor. The duration increase already is really good. And I'm also going to use Heaviko. As I said, I'm going to rely a lot on supporters that increase damage on debuffed enemies. So this is going to allow me to constantly debuff the enemy, have a perma debuff. That's it. And as I mentioned, it is great. This, as far as I know, the ailments bypass armor and damage resistance, so that's pretty good. You're gonna see big numbers every now and then because of the potion, because of the burn, because of any of those Hellfire. So those are some things. I'm going to use Yukina to increase damage, generate good, you know. White Feather Asuka, while she's good just because of this passive, you can also use it properly if you put it on a suppressed type character. You get more benefit on suppressed type characters. So for example, here I'm going to put suppress, which have good multi-hits. Asuka has good multi-hits. Shizuru has good multi-hits. Urehara Rin has good multi-hits. So those three you can equip Asuka, and it's gonna be superb. Rin in particular, because she reduces, she deals electrocute, which is a kind of defense reduction, but Shizuru is way better because she deals 3 defense reductions. And if you have the weapon, let's go to Shizuru. The weapon is going to buff me with Rose Rondo, and Rose Rondo, as you can see, she has anti-human and she's water, so she's going to increase the speed on melee attacks, and she's a melee attacker. Rose Rondo is going to buff me, and is going to reduce the defense of the enemy, and is going to increase his range and deal a lot of damage. So that's why we want it. And these two are going to reduce the defense of the enemy by ton. It is ideal to have this. Just ideal. Here I have Emily, but why do I have Emily? Just to substitute anything. This you can replace for whatever main damage dealer you want. In the case of Emily, she's going to offer me an attack buff with her combos. I have anti-human. These are PvP now. I was re-rolling and I got this, but this is not optimal for this kind of a stage. I'm going to use this as means to continue debuffing the enemy and proc those supporters, and this as a means to deal damage. I didn't check the supporters of Shizuru. Here, this you should change, no questions, for the other White Feather Asuka. I don't have it. I'm gonna put this just to increase damage, because I need more the damage increase. The reason why I had it was to help me with the buff, but I'm gonna forget about that buff. It's not that big of a deal. I prefer the damage. And now back to Emily. What does Emily have? She has Indomitable Fullman Tokiko to have another speed reduction. She has Minasaki because Minasaki is a big damage multiplier that procs on New Year Heviko's poison. So that's why I'm using Heviko, because it's an enabler for other supporters. And New Year Felicia because she has probably the biggest damage multiplier in the game. So yeah. That's the strategy that I'm going to use here. But remember, this is interchangeable. And these two are as well, but they are the most optimal if they have their limited weapons and they have White Feather Asuka. You need White Feather Asuka for this strategy. It is the best for any scenario of VR. It works on machine, it works on demon, it works on human, it works everywhere. So, unfortunately, you're gonna see that even though I may do the combos properly, not always am I going to be destroying the super armor. Okay, come on. 1, 2, 3, come on, destroy that super armor. Okay. 1, uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Well, that was unfortunate. But she's going to die even so. And I'm going to use the active just cause. So, let's see. I can change it. Just to deal more damage and maybe actually defeat this enemy before she uses her attack, because here I'm using a character which is not maxed out, so that's one thing to take into consideration. Maybe it is not like a great idea, but I'll do it. I'll use Spinel. Spinel right now is not the strongest character anymore. It's Lina, but I don't have Lina just yet. She's still paywalled. Every character is for a week on release. No, a week, no, 2 weeks, but it doesn't really matter. They become F2P later. Now, let's go back to Spinel. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here I have the Magatamas, and I'm going to use her because she's going to increase my damage. That's another good thing about her. I'm going to use Arabella because generate good damage. I'm going to be using let me think. I think I'm going to be using, where are you, Kana? And I need another one. Since it's... No, I'm not going to be using Kana. Kana is going to be on the back, and I'll be using Mido, because Mido is going to give me the extra damage. So for this, I'll be using... damage increase. Damage increase. Damage increase. So with this, she's going to have explosive damage. Unfortunately, since I don't have the 2 copies, I have to pilot Eleanor to do the skills in a perfect combo, so that I have more chances of breaking that super armor. It is not an option for me. Because even so, there are gonna be times that I'm not able to break the super armor of the enemy. Here I did, fortunately. Okay, the next one. Oh, okay, good. Thank you, Spinel. You're the best. Nice. The next one. And the next one. I continue hitting. The next one. There. Yeah, thanks to Spinel. Oh my god. Come on. There. Thanks to Spinel, I am melting her. Not because Spinel is... I mean, she has a ton of damage. She can take advantage of the windows, the time windows that I give her to attack, because Masked Taimanin is not able to do anything with the super armor down. So this in every VR is the best strategy: to use damage dealers and to go full damage. Basically, you already have innate control, because usually you would build control on or taunt to deal with the enemies, but this gives you innate control, and you have great chances, if you have 2 copies of White Feather Aska, of doing your control. But not always that will be effective. Because not everyone has the 2 copies. As you can see, I can do it, but it cost me. I have to pilot Eleanor to use the skills properly. So, let's check the next one. Let me think. The other strategy that we have, the one that I always use, is speed control. Speed control is one of the best for Masked Taimanin specifically, and I'm going to change the Magatamas now, because now that I re-roll them, my god, I'm gonna unequip all of these, and I'm going to put Murasaki here, the water ones, water and water human. And here I'm going to remove this, and this, and I'm going to equip this, and this. And lastly, I'm gonna give her these ones, because she is a low level. But she has a role to perform here. She's a buffer and a speed control unit. She has exactly the same, but here I'm gonna be using Heaviko, because since she's constantly attacking with the basics, she has more chances of proccing the poison, and that's going to help out Murasaki, because Murasaki gets more defense thanks to that. Murasaki is going to be a tank that heals. Here are the skills. The weapons, 3 out of 5, only this one. The other ones are 5 out of 5. As you can see, the skills, the supporters. This is exactly the same. It's dealing with control and damage. In fact, I could change this one for this if you want to go with a red strategy. But we really need Murasaki and Emily. It is possible to use other characters, yes, but you have to be really picky. For example, if your character can... Let me check. If your character can use Witsu, it is a melee character, that would be great. And if it also inflicts slow, for example, Rinko could. She could use the shift along with Violet Slash on 2 red and 1 blue for... Let's see, which one would be good? I think I would give it to this one, to the basic enhancer, just so that she constantly attacks the the enemy and procs Witsu's attacks. For example, that's one thing. I don't like it because it's just too little speed control. Another one that has a speed control is Rin. Rin, she can do speed control with green, with red, with blue. Let's see, do we have more speed control somewhere else? No, she can deal speed control with all of those. But the thing is that Murasaki is just so strong because Tentacle Anchor is going to reduce the speed of the target. It only says reduce the speed of the target, doesn't say the percentage. But it has a short cooldown. That's what makes it that strong. And you also have the Stream Dodge, which also reduces the speed. So, let's see. And here I'm going to use Astaroth. My Astaroth could be stronger if I had more copies of this and I had it enchanted, but I don't. So instead I'm using Nifrinka, and to increase Nifrinka I use Nifrinka's damage, I use Serpent Blaze. If not, you can use Feminix down to use the burn. That's the main appeal of this skill on blue for higher levels of BR, using burn to deal more damage. So those are the supporters, as you can see. Only Kirara is 3 out of 5. So, oh, wait a moment. I guess, okay, I'll use it. Yeah. Okay, I was on 60, 61, something like that, right? So, this is my favorite because you don't need to deal with the Masked Taimanin running. That's the real benefit of using this strategy. And the enemy just stops moving, and that's it. They don't do anything at all. So you just wait for your cooldowns, and that's it. You win. Easy peasy. And thanks to the combos of Emily, you're going to increase your attack each second. And you want to take care of your ulti. And by take care, I mean save it to interrupt Masked Taimanin. Okay. No, I don't need to. I already interrupt her. When you break the super armor, you interrupt her. So, nice. You see? Pretty easy. That's another strategy, super slow. You can change, of course, Astaroth for any other main damage dealer that you want, Spinel or Lina. Those are fine. Especially because you are not going to deal with Masked Taimanin's attacks. It is pretty easy. Let's go with another strategy, the disarm strategy. For this one, you would think that you want to use Saika, because she is the disarm character, but actually you want to use Emily, but I cannot because I don't have the weapon. You want to use Emily with her pack weapon, which I don't have, as you can see, because that enhances your supporter, and you're going to use a supporter which deals this one, for example. Tachibana gives you 10 seconds of disarm. So when I say that the weapon enhances your supporter, I mean that it increases the effect, so it lasts longer. I think it's 15 seconds. It was used with this one because it also has 10 seconds, but it can be also used with this one, which has a disarm. So since we're gonna go with the disarm strategy, and I don't have that one, I'm going to be using Sakura. Sakura is important because of 2 reasons here. She also has a disarm weapon. in the form of Twinkle Riser. It says normal attacks makes an enemy unable to attack for 5 seconds, and familiar damage is increased by 40%. Apply every 10 seconds. So it is pretty good. The active doesn't matter. I'm going to take only this, the Magatamas. So for this one, I'm going to take also this Magatamas, because since she's melee, we want to give her the water effect. So we give her the water Magatamas. I need the other Magatamas too, I forgot. Okay, Murasaki, give me your other Magatamas, and the same goes for Emily. No, that's Murasaki, this is Emily. So yeah, here we go. Nice. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what are we going to do with her? Obviously, we're going to use Witsu, no questions. That's the idea, to disarm the enemy and to keep the enemy disarmed. We're also going to be using damage on this character. Since she's a protect, she can use what's the name? Lilim. We're going to use not this one. We're going to use the basic enhancer. We basically don't want her to use skills other than Shadow Spin. No, Shadow Spin, no. We want her to use this one. We want to use Shadow Cliff. Shadow Spin is just in case of an emergency. In fact, you could de-equip it, but I'll leave it. It is just fine. Someone says Shadow Toad, not gonna do that because no evade. No, that's not melee. No, she's not going to receive attacks. So basically these are the skills that you want. This is acceptable just cause... No, this one is acceptable just because it's a melee attack. Another way to proc Su. So, and with the speed increase, that's gonna be awesome. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go with this. And on the other hand, we need someone else who also abuses Su. For this one, you preferably need to witch Su. You can use Murasaki, in fact, but for Murasaki, you want to use the limited weapon, if possible, if you have it. The limited weapon wasn't that good, but for this strategy it's awesome because it continues the spin attack. And it's just like Sakura, it's pretty good because you have a ton of multi-hits and you're going to keep proccing Su. You can use, of course, Oboro. Oboro is another good option because the weapon is just the same. It increases the number of attacks from her spin attack. And that means more hits. You can also use, of course, where is she? Any fast attacker, any butterfly attacker works because the butterfly weapon is amazing. That would be any melee Heaviko, because she has her own weapon that gives speed, the character pack weapon, and the butterfly weapon. Sakura is already here, but you can give Sakura the weapon, but you don't want that because you prefer the Twinkle to get disarmed. You can use Asagi, Anerose, Lina. You can use, what else? Momochinagi. Momochinagi is another option. Thanks to her clones on this, she's going to be able to abuse the disarm strategy. Let's see. Disarm strategy. Who am I going to use? I guess to give a little bit of variety, I'll be using this one. I prefer to use spinners, but this is fine. So here, take the human. Yes. And auto equip and de-equip. There we go. Nice. We're gonna be using not this one, but Mirage. Mirage makes double strike, so that makes Witchu abusable. Let's see, which two? The other which two. I have two which shoes. Let's see, she is an assistive character, so to increase the damage I can use Felicia. And I can also use this one to quickly defeat the enemy. If you don't want to do that, you could also use Noah to increase your speed and attack faster and proc more often the effect of Witchu. That's the other idea. In fact, I may, but let's see. No. Reduce the. Let me check. Do I have a speed reduction? I need a speed reduction. Increase the speed. No. Increase the speed. No. Increase the damage. And it counts as melee. It counts as melee. Create additional attacks. This one. Yeah. I'm gonna use Moonshade, Mirage Strike, and Sword Dance. All of these are melee, so they're going to proc Sue. Yes. Momochi weapon, I don't have a better weapon for her. 3 out of 5 plus 12. This one is not enchanted, as you can see. Skills, supporters, weapon, skills, supporter, and what did I need to use here? It is the disarmer strategy. I don't think there's anyone who disarms other with an active. I'll use Eleanor. I could use Eleanor, but who else can I use? No, wait. Another important thing about this strategy is that you don't want to make the enemy. You don't want to debuff the enemy with anything else. So I'll keep using. I'll keep using a Spinel. I'll use a Spinel on my main. But no, because I need to go red. I need to go red, guys. There's a reason for that, but who can be used on red that doesn't inflict any kind of debuff? Or I could go green. Yes, I can go mix red and green. So yeah, I'll use Spinel. I think that her green can increase her attack speed. So I'll use. Let me check. Increase attack speed, yes. Increase speed, yes. Yes, do it. Explosive, rampage, pierce, and I guess yeah, this one. I don't like it too much, but it's okay. Why are we doing this? Because we're going to be using this on the main. Where is she? This on the main because it increases the damage against humans, and it also disarms. And I'm going to be using this because it increases my damage against disarm. And I'm going to be using where is she? I need another green if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I need another green to increase that speed. So, who do I want? Skill damage. Reduce damage taken. Is she? Yeah, I can use this one. There we go. So I'm gonna go like this. I think like it was supposed to be something else in the main, but I already forgot what it was. Oh, I am missing the Magatamas from Astaroth. So these ones here. Not only those ones, I need the other ones too. And since those are... No, there's no way So there's, I'm not taking full advantage of those. But Spinel is just a damage dealer, a generic damage dealer that you can use. 1, 2, 3, 4. I equip, I remove, I put. And yeah. So weapons is 1, not enchanted. Supporters, not enchanted. And no, not crystal, pierce. Good thing that I'm double checking. So yeah, that's the strategy. We just start with the disarm, and then we let everyone else disarm, and that's it. That's the strategy. You can also use Psycha and evade, but technically you're not supposed to do that because the enemy is going to be disarmed. So let's start with the supporter. Oh my god, what happened there? Disarm, 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 disarm. At least she's still disarmed. Let's hope that Sakura disarms her very quickly, because that's the oh, there. My weapon, my Momochi weapon is critting and it's disrupting the strategy. That's not good. But just equip another weapon. I don't have another weapon for Nagi, that's the problem. Almost, almost, almost. Yes, there we go. Nice. And this one. Oh, and they have the actives. That's another bad thing. They shouldn't have the actives on this strategy, because Witsu gives an attack debuff. But as you can see, even without HP, I just beat the stage. But keep in mind what I just said. You have to turn off the actives for this one specifically. AI support skill active. Yeah, you have to turn this off on this one because you don't want Witsu to do that. Now let's go with a counter strategy. Another very good strategy is to use a counter and to range attackers. That's pretty simple, basic, and there's no like major strategy surrounding that. You're just abusing a tank, and for that we're gonna be using Murasaki. No. Let's give us a little bit of variety. Let's say that you don't have that Murasaki, which probably everyone has, but I'm gonna be using Kurenai, because Kurenai can perform as tank in VR. It is not the best idea because her HP recovery relies on green mostly, and if we have cooldown reduction, that sucks. But look at this. With this, and you can equip, let's say, you can even use this one. It is not the best, but because she's not machine and she's losing this, but it's fine. You can equip this one. You can equip this one. I wanted to use green on the main to use the pierce, but I'm not going to use it in favor of this. Let's see. A generic damage increase that works. Reduce cooldown. Reduce the enemy's speed and multi-hit. Okay, I'll use this. It is not the best. I don't, but it's. I don't want to use Murasaki because she's going to abuse the slow, and I don't want to give the impression that we're relying on the slow. For this, I'm going to be using her because I need the damage increase. Who was here? It was her. So I do this. Now that I think about it, we remove. Did I take the other Magatamas? No, I didn't. So let's start here. We're gonna be using, obviously, all the wins. Human, 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 and one more human. Where are you, human? Human. We're gonna be using whatever's on this. No, that's human. So, whatever and whatever. Yes. Nice. We're gonna keep heavy coat. But we're not gonna use this one now. We're gonna use Susune. Yeah, we're gonna use Susune in the main. Let's see. So we have these to increase my damage and have a range attacker. We have these, and the generate good would be Asteroid. I guess I'll use Asteroid because she just generate good. For this, I have to put the water ones here. Oh my god. Really? That's demon, no. Human, 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 demon, human. Okay, and the rest of the Magatamas. And if I'm not mistaken, Murasaki has... No, not Murasaki. Spinel, this one. It was Momochi Nagi. Momochi Nagi had the rest. Be careful not to use... Do not use that. It is rare that you crit, but you crit and every now and then. So that's going to affect that build with Witch-Su. Yeah, the other one of Momochi. Give me the rest. Yeah. So now we go with Astaroth. I equip her. So the counter strategy. Yeah, I don't want to get near. I was thinking about using Phoenix Light, but I don't want to get near. So I'll keep it like this. Do I have something better for anti-human? Or for suppressed? No, I think not. So there we go. Here I'll leave Kurenai do the thing. And I'll have Astro on the main. So it is really important for me to use Susune to get not only HP recovery but also to snare the enemy just in case, because I am relying on a generic tank and not Murasaki, which has speed control added. So very quickly, let's go with the counter strategy. Okay. There we go. Nice. Pretty simple. It is simple because my Asteroid is busted. That's why. She is an actually good damage dealer, that I can position easily elsewhere behind Kurenai so that the enemy keeps focusing Kurenai. Oh my god. No. Oh no. Yeah, this is not like the best stage to go without speed control because of those attacks that she can do. Oh my god. Am I going to lose, really? Oh no, I am. Because of the unfortunate effect. So yeah, that's why you want these to have speed control. Let's see. The counter strategy is not that good here. I mean, if I change it to Murasaki, let's see. I'm gonna change it so that I have more damage. Yeah, because the question is who, and I guess that it's going to be Micah. Micah is really, really aggressive. I wish Gremory, another thing, please put range and melee and mixed. Obviously, mixed is gonna be a big chunk of the characters, but I also want filters on that. Oh my god, no. We do need already that weapon. Yeah, we do need that weapon. So, do I keep it? No, I'm not going to be able to crit, so I'm going to do this and this. So I equip human, human, equip. And whatever along with this. Let's see. Obviously, red is the best option. So, 40% along with 40-40. She's using 40-40, so I'm thinking, guys, she is protect. Do I need to go full red? Let me check if I need to go full red. Death from a Volt critical. I don't need to go full red on this one. Carpet bombing. Am I going to use carpet bombing? I don't think so. Ruthless explosion. Oh, I need to go full red. But I'm going to change carpet bombing for, let's see. No. Stun the enemy? No. Okay, I'll accept it. I don't like it, but I'll accept it. So for this, since it's the counter strategy, this is rough because I have to go full red and I already have some things on red. Let's see. I'll take this one because I'm not using. Wait a moment. Do I still have Emily? No, I don't have Emily. So, well, that's something else. I cannot use this one because I'm not using Emily. So instead, the last red. I'll go with this one. An easy selection to deal a lot of damage. This is going to increase my attack. Yeah. So 2 range that deal a ton of damage, along with a tank. I'm just going to cure her just in case. So let's try this one more time. This should be way faster, and I mean way faster than before, because I'm getting what's the name? A defense reduction on the enemy. That's why. With that, it is a big difference. Okay. Almost. Oh, no. Can I? No, I can't. Oh, no. Ouch. Okay, I'll use it on them. Yeah, that's another thing that I don't like about using Kurenai here. Well, technically, like any character, any character with a counter attack. That's the problem with those. And as you can see, even though she was in the middle of the attack, she survived. She is tanky with that build. And I have proven that yes, you can use her or any other character that is not Murasaki. Okay. Um, we have checked all of those. Uh, you can also use this one. Obviously, Shizu is extremely good because of the defense increase and the HP regeneration. Let's see. And do I have like something else to test? I already shown the on the video of Saika the one that is damage reduction, which is not good due to how VR work. Well, that's kind of it, guys. Like, there's no more strategies that you can use. I mean, you can also use like abuse snare, which would be to use. Well, I can try it. I can try it. I am not thrilled by the idea, but I mean, in theory, it's possible. We use this. Uh-huh. For this one, who would I want? I guess I'll use her. Just as a way to tank. It is also counter, but the thing is, it's no, I don't think it's gonna be viable. The idea here would be to change your three characters, between your three characters, and activate the active of the supporters to ensnare the enemy, and also use Eleanor with the weapon. That's another option. But I think that the best one that you could use it on is Queen Arachne. But also Queen Arachne has reduced debuff duration. So who ensnares? Emily ensnares. Well, technically her, but for this I'm going to reduce the step because she is 75, not awakened. So she doesn't have any means of protection, let's say. I'm gonna give her the bad ones, the PvP ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4, along with one machine, one neutral. There. Where is the light one? Human. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna use here on this one. Where are you? Where are you? Ensnare. Increase the duration by 1 second. I need to use blue. That's it. I'm going to use this. Increase. Do I have? Reduce the damage. Reduce the enemy's speed immediately after an attack. Ugh, but this gets near the enemy. I don't like that, but okay. No, she is too weak to actually do that. It is too risky. Multi-hit. So, I'm thinking, guys, I'm thinking. Reduce the enemy's damage, increase the speed, increase the speed. So yeah, I'm gonna do something unorthodox with this one. So I'm gonna give her Asuka, but mainly it's a snare. But I need Asuka because she's just too weak. So what can we give her to increase her damage? What is she? Protect? Okay. So since she's protect, we can give her Lilim. And she's also human, right? Human. We can give her My god, that's rough. Increase damage dealt to ranged enemies, snares up to 4. Apply every 4 seconds. I could use this, but I'm definitely using it for this strategy. Change of plans. I'm gonna be using this. And I'm gonna be using... Oh! Extra change of plans. Extra change of plans. So, this. And... human... I guess I need it. Just so that she doesn't die. Reduce damage. No, I'm gonna change that for the basic attack. So I'll be using that. I'll be using... yeah, I need her. Unfortunately. So since she's going to be red... I need this. And the question is, what were their skills? Decrease, increase defense, increase the amount of HP restoration, decrease delay of HP restoration. I need this, no doubt about it. Increase damage, decrease skill cooldown, increase defense. Oh my god. It is rough because she wants to go green, but I don't want to go green. Perhaps I should change her for other counter that can go blue or red. What other counter do I have that can go blue? Technically, the one that I just used, but she's too exhausted right now. Let's go with... well, yeah, Asagi. Asagi is a good option, actually. Though mine is not high enough. I guess I'll go with her. No, Felicia. Felicia is an excellent blue tank. So for Felicia, since she is going to be blue, I'm going to put this supporter to ensnare the enemy. And I'm going to put her own supporter to increase the damage. And her own Arabella. Or this Arabella. No, her own Arabella, because I have Eleanor. So this is a snare strategy. This is brand new. I haven't used this before. So since she's melee, demon no. Human. And this one, and this one. So yeah, Evil Strange, Bloodsight, and Vampiric Soul, no question. She's going to heal herself, that's why. In fact, I can change this for this one to reduce my damage, to make her a little bit tankier, because I'm sacrificing some HP here just to keep the enemy ensnared. Here I don't have the damage, so she's just a supporter. And this one, which has to be red, and it's going to be no demon, human, and human. And this, whatever Magatamas. So Do I? I'm checking, guys. Like, there's not much benefit on any other skill other than I'll use this. The only skill that I want is the mirror one. So this and Kirara. No, I'll go for Shirayuki. It's 1% more and it's generic. So yeah, this is the ensnare strategy. It's still experimental. It's still not great because obviously Sora is not awakened. My Shirase is not enchanted. So those are some of the merits, but let's test it. It seems interesting. Yeah. So yeah, the enemy is not meant to move. Oh no! No, that was not her. It was Felicia's. What skill does Felicia have? Ah, yeah, it does that. It does that. I remember now. Well, it's working actually. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. So it is viable. It is viable. More than I thought at first. So yeah, unfortunately, I, as you can see, had to change the level, the step, because this was not going to work on 60. And I got in the middle of that, but Masked Taimanin, as you saw, couldn't teleport. So the snare strategy is another viable strategy, as you can see. So yeah, it works. Am I a snare? Why am I a snare? Does she ensnare? What was that? Well, it doesn't matter. It's another strategy that you can use. And ooh, hammer! Yeah, I need those two. I need every kind of hammer now. So great. So that's like 5 strategies I think that you can use with on VR, specifically for Masked Taimanin. Well, not specifically. Like all of these work on all the VR. Some more than other. But it's up to you to decide what you're going to use. And it also depends on your roster, on your supporters and such. So, I hope that you find this useful. And I'll be seeing you next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye! Yeah, see you guys.